You know what? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Logbooks absolutely suck. Their only purpose being revealing insignificant lore droplets that nobody reads. They are overly grindy for absolutely no reason, and they honestly feel like another feature that's supposed to make people come back. But personally, they don't even bring me back to the game, and I don't think many people join the game specifically to grind logbooks. I mean, I haven't seen anybody tell me straight up that they're only grinding the game for logbooks and they actually read the lore inside them. And I feel like talking about my opinion on logbooks today and explain in what ways could the developers change them to be remotely tolerable as a game mechanic. If I want to even start talking about the major flaws, I need to mention the elephant in the room, which is the pity system. At first, it was 20 pity for both normal enemies and major bosses, but then they increased the chances from 0.5% to 5% on normal enemies, and also increased the drop rate for boss logbooks to 15%, and to balance it out, and I say balance in quotation marks, they made the pity 60 kills for both normal enemies and bosses. I can understand normal enemies since most of them are fairly common, but bosses should not have been changed whatsoever. I feel like they should have decreased the boss logbook pity from 20 kills to 10 kills, because even 20 was way too much. The developers of this game have to realize how many hours you need to sink in to even have a chance to get one of the major bosses' logbooks, because I'm pretty sure this is their marketing strategy and usage of the fear of missing out that Roblox players despise oh so much. And for good reason, because FOMO has to be one of the worst things a game development studio can use in their game to keep player counts high. The first thing that comes to mind is completely ditching the logbook system. There are so many different ways to implement things such as enemy lore. I understand the developers wanted to take inspiration from games such as Pressure, Terraria, and Risk of Rain, but with how they executed the concept, I don't really think they should follow the entire logbook path. Look at Tower Blitz, for example. The game lets you inspect all enemies individually, see their stats, defense, and lore. I still think the developers could do something similar to this, but add on to it with the index feature they already have, utilize what other games like Terraria and Pressure did, kill an enemy a few times to reveal all the information and lore about them. You can make the index reveal everything about the boss after 1 to 3 kills. Next is sandbox mode enemy spawning. If I'm going to be completely honest, logbooks aren't the best way to let players spawn bosses and normal enemies in sandbox mode. You could literally remove logbooks and give the player all of the enemies in the sandbox mode and remove the non-existent sense of progression, or you can just lower the pity a bit, as I said earlier, 10 kills for bosses and leave the normal enemies somewhere around the 30 to 60 kill mark. I think that's more than enough. If somebody has a more unique idea, which I can bet a whole lot of people do, be sure to comment your ideas down below. I'll pick one that feels the most unique and pin it. We are obviously here to give ideas to the developers and not fight over who has the better opinion. There's not much to say on logbooks. The feature feels completely forgotten by the developers. Same with sandbox mode. Like, the developers think that logbooks are completely balanced out and they're completely fair for the player, which they aren't. And nobody better tell me that logbooks are balanced out. The entire enemy lore that they try to shove into these logbooks feels kind of weird. I still feel Tower Blitz did a better job at implementing individual enemy lore than TDS did, and the concept of spawning enemies in sandbox mode is cool and all, but it could have been done a bit differently without sparking an outburst in the community. Anyway, this is all I'm going to say about what I think on logbooks. This was VirusDetected. your host, now clocking off.